Hey guys, and welcome back to the Cheer from Head to Toe channel. So we've got something really exciting to talk about, interesting to talk about, that I think you guys will want to know about. But before that, make sure you are subscribed to us because it helps us a lot. It lets us know what you like, so please keep liking the videos and watch our videos. And you know, we are all over social media. We have a blog, we have Instagram, we have Facebook, we have Twitter. So we'll put our bits below, and we really appreciate it if you show us some love. And we love comments as well. I love replying to comments, so if you write a comment, I will reply, and I love them. So, but what we're going to be talking about today is, now this week I went to the, I want to say it correctly so I look at my notes, the Tumble Safe Active Coaching Camp run by Big G Tumbling. Now I went to this camp because I wanted to learn more about gymnastics, like drills, progressions, spotting, everything. Like I'm always trying to gain more knowledge, you know, you can never stop learning. I want to learn until I feel like my head's going to explode, and then I want to put a little bit more in because I really do enjoy learning. And so I went to the camp. It was at the Crimson Heat's new gym, which is beautiful. I love how many people have gyms now. Like when I started cheer a time ago, no one had a gym. You would like, you know, gym mats were the thing. Like, and now everyone and their friend is like, oh yeah, I'm opening a gym this year. I'm opening a gym. Oh yeah, I've got a gym. Oh, let me shake my keys on Instagram. I've got a gym. It's amazing. It's gonna push everyone so much further. So I'm loving it. But yeah, they've got a gym. I love it. You know, you come in, they have a little area that you can sit, a little like touch berry teas, coffees, everything. They have their own little office, and you walk in. Oh, I've got footage of this. And you walk in, and then there's the gym, the floor, and then they've got a little area there where they have like mats and crash mats where you can do other like things you want to do. But anyway, we come in. There's loads of coaches there, and you come in and you sit down and you start. And Gareth, he explained, you know, what we're going to do today and what the drills and stuff we're going to learn. And I've got so we came in and they did a warm up, and their warm up was like, obviously got the heart rate up, got their bodies warm, but they also did a lot of conditioning. And he really made a point of talking about how important it is to condition your athletes. If you know, if you want them to perform to a high standard, if you want them to be doing these tumbles, they need to condition, and they need to condition every time they come in the gym. Really, he did like a, I can't remember, they had these special YouTube, like what he said, you can get them on YouTube, these music things. I'll put them down somewhere, where it's like, it says counts and you do it for a certain amount of counts, and then you change it and do something else. And they did like jumps side to side, they did squats, they did oh, they warmed up the wrist and stuff. They did lots of different exercises, you know, like V-sits, you know, stuff like that, but stuff that's properly conditioning. And he was really talking about, you know, for tumbling focus, that you really need to work on your core and the thighs. You know, that's really what you use in tumbling, and it does make sense that you would make sure you condition the athletes. And you could tell that the conditioning was paying off, because like some in the beginning didn't even look like suffering. By the end, everyone looked a bit flustered, but they didn't look like they were dying. So it shows the importance of conditioning and getting your athletes to understand that, to not wimp out on condition, because you know some people, like, they go to the back and they'll be like, oh, and they're not doing it properly, and they're only hurting themselves. Like, they were all going for it, giving as much as they could. So that was really a good thing to see. And there's all the Crimson Heat girls who were there, like they were in like some kind of a program to help push with their progressions, and they were just all giving it, and they're really happy to be there. Worn out. Oh yeah, and another thing that we learned about drills, we learned the importance of the handstand. Now I know this. I think if you can't do a handstand, well, then I'm not really sure how you're going to progress, you know, tumbling. You do everything. Gymnastics involves a handstand in every way. So we really talk the importance of, we learn a lot of handstand drills, like the importance of a handstand, and not being afraid to go to basics with all the tumbling. But you know, if you're not getting something, don't progress on, and don't feel like, don't push for competitions to get something. You know, you want to, like, season's quite a good time, and then evaluate them and then come back. But it was really good to see him focusing on the importance of a handstand, because I think a lot of people feel like you don't need it, and it is the foundation of gymnastics, in my personal opinion. You need a handstand and these good old wrists and these thighs. But yeah, So we talked about that. He taught us a lot of level 1 drills to do. And the good thing about these drills was, and the thing that I found really useful, and was that he talked about, and I've never experienced this before, he talked about the importance of not spotting, how he was like quite against it. That sounds harsh, but he was just like, drills are there, we should be using the drills, and if the athlete can't do the drills, then they shouldn't be going on to the next skill. You shouldn't always need to like spot them. We did learn some spotting, but he kind of kept showing us how spotting wasn't the best. But he showed us different drills and stuff they can be doing, and if they can't do them, they can go back to this drill. So keep going back and back and back, and when they get bored and they get comfortable, then they move on to the next drill, and then they move on to the next drill. And he showed us different, like we went through drills from level 1 all the way to level 5, so all the drills that they can be doing, and he showed the importance of not spotting. Now, I've never experienced that. Everywhere I've gone, it's been like, you need to spot, you need to spot, you need to spot. Oh, and another thing that I really liked about this camp was that he had about 5 mats. He had this big, I should know what it's called, but I can't remember. It was a big like soft like spongy mat, and that's all he really had. He had one of those blocks, you can do like walkovers on, or like handspin drills and stuff like that, but so you don't need to get tons and tons of equipment. Like you need your crash mats, you need this big foamy mat. I'll put a video in or clip so I can show you what the thing actually is. But to not go out buying all this like crazy stuff, because you don't need it, and the importance of the drills and the conditioning. And yeah, and another thing, so even though he's not pro spotting, he did teach us how to do some spotting. He taught us to do like single person spotting, like obviously do it by yourself, and do it in pairs for if you feel you need to spot someone, and that was really good. And I went there by myself, so it was nice to mingle and just spot with different people and stuff. And he did teach us like some like twisting drills and like stuff like that. But I don't know, I think I do prefer the non-spotting. Reason, one thing, because like I said, I'm quite a small and petite person, and some of these people were like the same size as me, so but also I liked the idea that these athletes know no one's there. They know they've done their drills, they know they've put their body through their what's the correct word, they put their body through the motions, muscle memory, their body's been doing it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And they also trusted him to know that when he said they're ready to move on, they were ready to move on. But I think for me is that the thing I noticed in his athletes, and some of the others we were talking about as well, they seemed quite confident, like they were not scared to do the drills. And I've seen that quite a lot, where people are like terrified and their coaches are screaming at them to do these drills, and they're like, I've also experienced it where I've been pushed into doing things where I'm terrified, and I do them wrong because I'm terrified, not because I can't do it. But that was the one thing I noticed, that they don't seem to be scared to go and do these things. And I think it's because they know no one's there. They know no one's spotting them. They have the space all to themselves, and they know it's down to them really. I think it builds up a confidence in you knowing that there's no spot there. And also it allows you as a coach to allow more kids to do a lot more things, because if you're spotting, it takes time, and then people are left waiting, and watching him, because he was sitting up on a chair and he was just going to come forward and he was correcting them, like say you need to work on this, and then the person would go, what about this, or that was good, what about this, and then if they're doing something repeatedly wrong, he'd take them to the side and be like, do it now, and then he'd work on it. But it allowed him to train a lot more students and get through a lot, and critique them in that way, and I just really appreciate that, and I found that quite effective. So overall, I really enjoyed that camp, and I found being able to film so useful. I've got so many videos that I think will be really effective and help me to learn. I liked the way he taught, explained everything, and he demoed everything with his athletes, which I thought was really good. And he just broke it down to a pace that was like easy to understand and visually see what you need to do. And also he got like different athletes to show, like if someone wasn't like good at something, he would let them show us, he would show it to us, and then he'd be like, well, this is what you could do to correct this, we're working on correcting this with her, and this person is like this, and this is what you need to look for in when you're with your athletes, and if they can't do this, then they shouldn't progress. And he was very firm about, you know, not progressing, because I think a lot of coaches push for skills that athletes don't have because they need them on this team, and that's, you should really think about what you're doing as a coach if you're doing that. But I really thoroughly enjoyed the camp. I hope to go to more in the future. I would recommend people going to them, especially if you want to learn about gymnastics and tumbling and drills and way to progress your athletes so they feel confident about themselves. That's the one thing I would say about the Quincy Tigers. I think it was Jungle Ops. They seemed really confident in themselves, and then they wanted to do it, and they were pushing themselves. It didn't seem like they were being forced, and it didn't seem, you know, they didn't have these like mental blocks that so many people have. I don't know where they come from, but everyone seems to have a mental block. But, and I said this to him, and he was like, there's no pressure for them to like get these. If they can't get it, then we go back and they work on those skills, and then in time they'll go up. But take the pressure out. Don't make them feel like they have to do something. You know, explain to them that they've done the drills, they've worked, and they can do it, and they'll get there. So take the pressure off. And I really enjoyed that. And so yeah, overall, thumbs up from me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like, and you'll see us in the future, and we're excited for the season ahead. Comment below if you want us to do a video of who we're excited to watch this season. Let me know in the comments. Until next time, guys.